Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone live on this Monday evening. Hope to find you all very, very well. Sorry about the delay. So myself and Cheryl had dinner, and then we ended up watching a bit of TV because obviously we've been kind of doing our own thing during the crisis. She's been watching her programs. I've been doing my streams and then doing my thing. So we just sat down. We decided we'd watch a bit of TV together. So I kind of enjoyed that. So sorry for being late, everybody. Rabbi will be joining me in just a second. So obviously, today I had a stream. Rabbi obviously had a stream as well. Last night, obviously on here, I broke the news of a teaser trailer for the Time Lord Victorious. Actually, it was early morning when I put the stream. No, when I put the video up, and then I linked the article as well. And then, of course, we got further details. Obviously, when I got up, then there was further details, so we decided to do a stream on it. So we will talk a little bit more about that today. The watch along will obviously we will get it done. It's just this, of course, is news, but also an update on the Paul Cornell situation as well. So we will get into that a little bit later. But there's Rabbi. He's got his coffee and all. So we'll introduce my co-host for tonight. As usual, he's become a regular on this channel. Love having him on. It's the Rabbi from another planet. I haven't said that in a while, actually, because I just keep saying the Rabbi. Welcome. I'm not too bad. I'm okay. Sorry for the delay, my friend.
Oh, no problem.
We'll keep the stream. Look, we'll keep the stream short and sweet tonight. Anyway, we won't go too crazy.
Well, I had a couple of ideas, but first, we should talk about Time Lord Victorious.
Right.
So, where did you hear about it from?
This morning, I received an article off one of my many little army of people that actually go and find. And this article had only dropped when it got sent to me. So when I went into the article, obviously I got to see the 24-second little teaser video. So then I threw it up straight away on the channel. I threw it up this morning.
What did you see in the teaser?
It was in the radio. I've linked, believe it or not, in the video.
Yeah.
From last night. I actually, for the first time ever, I was able to link the article in the actual description of the video. So if you go into the description of the video, the article's there to the actual link to the teaser trailer. It's only like a 24-second, not even that. It's just like a bit of music, Time Lord Victorious. There's a big crack, and then it just shows you a poster. That's it. But apparently there's going to be a major, we got the major announcement, obviously now. Now it's going to be games, vinyl, comics, and it's going to be audio.
The poster looks pretty darn awesome, right?
I agree. Look at nothing negative to say about this project.
That's just freaking awesome. Who doesn't want that action figure? So there's a lot interesting to talk about this. There's one very, very, very noticeable absence. I'm sure. Did you pick up on it?
Very notable absence.
Yeah. What's very absent from this announcement?
Jodie Whittaker.
Exactly. What's the thing that's been like a bad smell in the room non-stop? Like every time there's anything Doctor Who, there's like, oh, this is nice, and then suddenly she jumps in. Hi, it's me. I'm the Doctor. Hey up. I'm socially awkward. It's like
hold on, I can understand why she's not in it, because the Time Lord Victorious was explored during David Tennant's reign.
Oh, crap. That's not the business. Don't think story, think business, okay? This is the licensees desperately trying to wring value out of their license.
No, I do agree with you, because if you do look who they've actually chosen, it is quite interesting that Paul McGann, who's been killing it on Big Finish. You also have David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston.
What are the licensees saying? They're saying, BBC, come here, mate. Yeah, look, we're best of friends. Love what you're doing, Doctor Who. Love it. Love the Jodie stuff. Love it, but can't sell it. Can't sell it. Nobody wants it. Everybody hates it. I need to be able to sell something. Okay, love it, brother. It's great. Love it. Can't sell it. Right? Need that I can sell. Can't sell this crap. Okay. Otherwise, we're gonna have we're gonna have to have words. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's going down. The licenses. I mean, look, the Titan comics is barely worth its fee right now. They're selling under 3,000, and now it's hit the comic apocalypse. There's going to be a break of 2 months.
So, do you think this is being designed to kind of save these, to save the comic?
Yes,
Doctor
exactly.
Who
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's like Big Finish were doing well. Big Finish is probably doing better because the TV Doctor Who is so awful. They're probably doing better. But like the books, they all need something. This reminds me of Shadows of the Empire. Remember in the 90s before the Star Wars movie without the movie? This is it. I mean, I think it's really going to be fantastic as well. I'm really excited because that's going on a business sense, but the story sense as well. Everybody involved is great. Everybody involved. I've read. Oh, one other person not involved. Very interesting. Every licensee except character options.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Like,
I get your enthusiasm, right? I get your enthusiasm. It does sound exciting, right? I said all this today on the stream, right? But I have to be the cynical one here, right? Okay? And I've got to throw a bit of cold water on your enthusiasm there for a minute. Just for a minute, right?
You can try. You can try.
Now, well, I think I'll be able to succeed, but I know you'll bounce back because you're always the optimist. That's why I love you. But listen, right. For fans like you, this announcement today is absolutely fantastic, yeah? Because you would say you're not stuck for a penny or two. You'd be able to afford this, yeah?
I'm buying like everything I can. It looks like, yes,
right.
Yes,
so
I mean.
Because you said it today. No, don't worry about it. And I love the fact that that's the kind of man you are. You'll pay for it and you'll share with everybody else because that's the kind of soul that you are, right? But there's going to be people like me that are not going to be that privileged to have someone as nice as you
I hear
do that, right? Now, this thing is this thing is not going to be cheap, right? No. It's done over multiple platforms, so this is going to cost quite a penny. So, what do you say to those fans that are not going to get the opportunity? Now, let's remember, these fans will get a brief summary as we're told in this article, right? But then they have to be very careful because the people like you that pay for it then, they'll kind of look at this and say, well, what are they getting that's different to what we're getting, right? That'll be another thing. But this is going to be very expensive and there's going to be a lot of fans isolated. Again, to me, and I'm just, because I have to be the cynical one, it just shows me that BBC again have got it wrong and they've just aimed this at.
You're making a good point. You are making a good point. And this couldn't have happened in 2005. In 2005, Big Finish nearly was going to have the license cancelled because I can't remember who it was. He's not there. He was there for a while. He was very high up. There was a whole thing with we were selling EastEnders DVDs. And because that wasn't included in the license fee, there was a big hoo-ha. And it was like, so anything not included in the license fee, that should be, that's BBC. And now Doctor Who is BBC again, is verboten, right? And they were just going to be cancelled. Oh, Mal Young was going to cancel it. And the only reason they got saved is somebody says, what are we doing with Big Finish in this big meeting? And Mal Young says, what's Big Finish? And it was going to cancel it. It was like, phew. And Rusty Davies says, oh, don't worry, I already took care of it. He hadn't taken care of it at all. But he just happened to like Big Finish. He said, no, don't worry, Mal, I'm going to take care of it. And that's the only reason it survived.
It survived. Yeah. Right. But again, it does open up all these questions. I mean, it should be for all the fans. And I will applaud whoever came up with this idea, because it is, as I said earlier on, since Waters of Mars, it's been something that especially the new Who fans, including myself as a classic fan. But this is one thing that I wanted them to explore more. We were disappointed that we didn't get a couple of episodes to follow
I think most fans, without being able to afford the entirety of it, like I'm not going to get the vinyl, I'm not going to get something crazy. Like I'm going to get the download or whatever version of it. But I think most fans will be able to sample one or two parts of it, like a big finish and a comic book. I think that's within the grasp of it'll be like an extra $20, that's within. And you don't have to see all of it. And I hope they don't make it that you do have to see all of it, because that would be really kind of gross.
I think that's the way they've designed this, because they need money. That's me only cynicism. But wanna kind of say like the timing of this announcement as well is a little bit.
Yeah, when did they start planning this? That's the real question. Like, when did this go down? Because this looks like it's been planned for a while, but maybe not. I mean,
exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could throw this together in 2 days, So, probably they have to go through lots of legal stuff. But basically, you just got to get the artwork and the idea and okay, hey, let's do this. Fine, one meeting. You can get it done in 2 days if you push. It really could be done. So, did it happen because the Timeless Children, and then you had the watch along, and suddenly there's all this positivity for classic Doctor Who, anything except Jodie Who?
Yeah, I agree. Talking about a little bit about the story. Let's talk a little bit about the story, because we do know.
Oh yeah.
That the poster. So they're going to be involved in the Time War, but it's a different.
It's a different Time War.
Yes, right. It also started David Tennant. Now, we have to stress so far. All that's being agreed on is that all the actors that are taking part, that you see their faces, have agreed for these companies to use their likenesses. Now we don't know yet if they're going to be voicing these characters. Now, for me, the biggest thing that I want to see with this is I want them to voice this, right? But the one that will give me the most joy is because I've been the most harsh on them. And I actually do want to. I have something else that I want to show you later, because I know I already apologized, but I want to show you actually something. But I'm hoping that Christopher Eccleston doesn't just add his likeness to this. And I hope he signs up if they're looking for them to voice these characters, the original actors to voice these characters. I hope he does it. It'll be good enough for me. It will. It'll be good enough. He hasn't done it. For me, I hope if they are using the real voice actors, he signs up to do it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Honestly, if he does, it will be huge.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be huge. Of course it will. Everybody will just go and buy it because he's on it.
Yeah. If he does, absolutely. But I so doubt he's going to do it. I so doubt he's going to do it.
Money talk. Rabbi, there's a little thing called money talks.
Money, listen, he likes money. Everybody likes money, and there is money in this. There is serious money being made for him in this. Yeah.
Listen, if they do this right, and if they were to say hone the way that they're gonna produce this and get it out there to fans, this could be huge. This will be bigger than Series 11 and 12 put together.
Oh, that's the point. That's absolutely the point. Right? Yeah, exactly. Because Series 11. Do you remember how much merchandise there was out there at the beginning of Series 11? It was Jodie freaking everything, everywhere, everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Rows of it. None of it sold. Nobody wanted it.
Oh, they're all in bargain bins now.
What?
They're all in bargain bins now. All of the Jodie.
They're not even in bargain bins. You can't get. They've been pulped. Again, I think Character Options has dropped the Doctor Who license.
Well, if they have, that's huge. That's significant.
I mean, they're not involved in this.
But it also means that the people that we're talking about, and I was one of those channels that were talking about it, that was a problem with a few of the licenses, right? If this is the case, well, then again, I have to give a shout out to my source. I know the source didn't get the announcement right that we all wanted to get right, but that's what happens with source information. But this is another part of the source information that we did get, that licensees weren't happy and some had actually pulled out. If that's the case, and they have, and there's no, as you said, there's none happening, well, then there's something wrong there. And this goes to show you that everybody that was speaking about these things were absolutely spot on. So it's been a long time since I said this about the source. Well done. Another one you got right there again. After all this time. It's just a pity that, listen, I kind of knew, right? When the source came to me and said they all sat down and had a meeting months back, just remember, and I told you that they all sat down.
Right, you're right. I do remember you saying that.
And I was like, yeah, but I still think they'll go. I just can't believe they actually look. Something went on behind the scenes, because the way they've all come out and defended this, the way something, I don't know. I still believe that there's something shady happened in the BBC. Someone has something.
I think something shady is happening in the BBC right now.
Well, yes, but you know what I mean. There's something, I don't know. I mean, again, we talked about the gobshite Paul Cornell, and. We've got a little brief update on that gobshite.
Oh yeah.
The reason, listen, I'm not going to stop slagging him off.
Other than watching the come out of his skirt.
So for anybody that has a problem with me slagging him off, I don't really care. I'm going to slag him off. He's a sellout. He's a shill.
And he still blocked me. What a dick.
Watch this, because this just goes to show you the character of the man. This goes to show you that every name that I'm calling him, that little shallow, brown nose, whatever you want to call him, right? This is why this is absolutely brilliant. Wait till you actually see this, right? This guy obviously does not give flying, you know what, right? Apparently he's gloating, right? Apparently he's gloating for blocking everybody, and I didn't really believe it until I actually saw this tweet. And this tweet is from someone reliable, Tom Salisbury. If anybody knows him, he does be on Twitter. Right. He's the one that does the ratings and talks about the series during its run. So he hasn't got some. I don't. Paul Cornell's attitude just shows you what this regime is all about, and he's trying so hard to fit in. It's actually pathetic. Why can't I just get this message on the message that I want? Jesus.
I think if anybody liked Paul Cornell, his career will be much bigger. I think because nobody likes him.
Well, no, he's a dick.
Never been huge.
He's a dick. He is an idiot. Did everybody watch that video?
It's like what's he going? Like literally, he's like laying in the mud with a covered dress right now after filleting himself.
Right. So this is from Tom. As you can see, he says Paul proactively goes through Twitter, looking through conversations and blocking the people he disagrees with. I'm not even joking. He proudly admits it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going around gloating to the fact that if people don't actually agree with him, that he goes around and he blocks people. Unfortunately, Paul, and I'm sorry to break this to you, no, that just goes to show you that you're an intolerant asshole, and that you're no better than an Austrian that went on to do horrendous things. Because when you try to silence those fans by blocking, you're no better, my friend. So you've only got a short writing career. your fans will determine whether your book's sell or not. Absolute joke. We've lost Rabbi. We'll get him back. That sometimes happen. Listen, YouTube is actually acting a little bit weird. So the stream might cut in and out. If it does, don't be worrying. We're still here. But yeah, Mr. Cornell, I'll just say it again. As I said, you're a sellout shill, and you're very. It's so cringe worthy watching you brown nose Chibnall just so you can get a job or take over after he leaves. It's really pathetic. And fans will remember that. Fans will remember that. We won't forget the things you said. And again, I'll repeat this. And Rabbi is here, but again, I'll repeat this. We will never thank or give Chris Chibnall a round of applause. All he's done is run this show into the ground.
Wow, could you? I can't imagine what he would have to do to redeem himself at this point.
Who?
It was so insane.
Who?
Oh,
both of them or him?
What?
Who? Paul Cornell or Chibnall?
Both, but Chibnall much more.
Yeah, I not with Doctor Who fans, they can't anyway. I mean, look, he's blocking people, like you said. He's blocking people that he never had conversations with. He's going in.
Exactly.
Look at that. And by the way, I was also told, and I'll say this out straight. I was also told that anybody associated with Garrett Roberts, he also blocked.
I'm friends with. I follow him or whatever it is on Twitter. I love Garrett Roberts. He's wonderful. What was I going to say? No, the thing that really irritates me is because he's very vocal about being about his faith, about his Christianity. Oh, did we lose? Now we lost Noel. Okay, it's just me. Oh man, oh god, I'm just going to tread water till he comes in because I really wanted to ask Noel what he thinks about this. Anyway, so I think the thing of time looks fantastic. Oh, he's back. Hello, Noel, are you back?
I am. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. The chat froze and all. As I said, YouTube is having problems. StreamYard normally does be all right, but it does flicker on my computer sometimes. Look, until they get back to work on the servers and stuff, everybody's gonna have problems with their
Yeah, listen, it's life during the apocalypse.
But basically, the latest news on the Time Lord Victorious is this. Billy Piper, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, and Paul McGann have lent their likeness to this whole project.
Yeah, we think that Billy Piper and David, most likely Billy Piper, David Tennant, and Paul McGann will be in it. I would have thought.
Yeah, we obviously don't know right now, but that would probably be a given. It's the Christopher Eccleston. We just don't know. The fact that he's even agreed to lend his likeness to it when I think he wouldn't for the 50th or something like that. Or
I didn't know that.
So, I mean, this is a step in the right direction. So, you never know. Right. Also, they're going to be fighting in the Time War, but it's a different type of Time War.
Wait, before we go forward, I forgot. I want to say about Paul Cornell. The thing that really annoyed me is that he's very vocal, I think, about his faith, about being Christian.
Yeah.
It strikes me as being so anti-Christian to be judging people so unfavorably. Right. People you don't know, people you never. I just don't understand how he squares what he is, and there's all this this disgusting toading, which is so clearly what it is. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassingly toadying. I'm desperate for Chibnall to throw him some sort of bone. I always thought Chibnall would be the bottom, but apparently not. It's Cornell. So it's just sad. That's basically it.
I just don't think. I agree. I don't think the two of them. I don't think there's anything they could do now to redeem themselves with this.
They'll have to fly around the sun to like Superman to reverse time. and never do anything like this ever again.
By the way, might I also add though, in the article, it just gave us one of the producers' names. Now, a project that size has a lot of producers.
Oh no,
involved.
I bet
Now, here's the thing that I'm worried about. We haven't heard of the rest yet because it's probably Chris Chibnall. And I have to throw that out.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Now, if it's RTD, fine, because it's his thing. By the way, actually, this is related. It's a bit Doctor Who news, actually. This Thursday, obviously, for people that still bother to buy the Doctor Who magazine or get the digital release, apparently RTD and Stephen Moffat are going to be interviewing each other in the magazine.
Right, so listen, I get a digital release. No, if you would need it for research purposes, please be in contact.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I want to read that article actually, because those two, as I said, you probably the start of my stream last night. If anybody's watched it, I went on about a 30-minute rant about how I'm sick of these writers and former showrunners either sitting on the fence or playing both sides of the fandom. It's time to stop that bullshit now. I don't care. Listen, I've always said it. Moffat and RTD can always get work. They're never going to be out of work. Fans like us would get behind them if one of them.
It's not that. You know what? It's not that. It's not that. It's not they'll be out of work. It's a couple of things. First, it's social. They are all.
No, I get it all, but I don't care. I get it. This has all been said to me before. I get it. Meggie Key can all talk to me about how with loyalty and all this. I don't give a shit.
But yeah, that's the first thing. But the second thing is, if you can do something which and you can do it either crushing someone and truly destroying them, or you could do it without crushing them and destroying them.
Well, I'm sorry. Doing it nicely, right?
Yeah.
Listen for a minute. He's had 2 years and he's destroyed the show. I don't give a shit.
I agree with you. I
don't give a shit. You get rid of Chris Chibnall.
I understand. How would we benefit from him being publicly shamed? He's been publicly shamed enough.
He's already publicly shamed. He's after giving us that shit and calling it Doctor Who. He's publicly shamed the Doctor Who fans for 2 years as well.
See, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, he's got to show his episodes, and that's the most embarrassing and disrupting thing that he could do. He has to show the episodes he made, which are awful. And now he thought they were like okay, but he had to pump up the monsters a bit. And now he found out his work is truly awful. He knows this objectively, as a fact. His work is terrible. He knows it.
Instead of doing the decent thing like most of us would do when we realise our work is shite, we'd actually live. We wouldn't stick around for 2 years. There's such a thing called integrity, personal pride, which he doesn't seem to have, and neither do the other two. In fairness, if they're playing both sides of the hold on though, Rabbi, hear me out on this, right? They're playing both sides of the fence, and then they're coming out with their little snarky tweets and their little snarky videos. So which side do you fall on? Do you hate the timeless children like we're all told? Or do you really like the timeless children? I'm sorry, there's no time to be messing around here. The show is on its legs. It's probably dead completely gone now. These guys are using the fandom to get, I don't know what they're up to, but they're using the fandom and they're playing the fandom, and I'm sick of it. Moffat used to do it during his bleeding show running days. He used to play this fandom. He's not going to do it again, right? No way.
I beg to differ. He's doing it right now. I have no idea what he's doing. But like, yeah. So what was your point just before that?
The point is that the time for being, nice about this situation and worrying about social circles has gone. We're at 3.7. Hold on. We're at 3.75 million. We've lost 68% of this audience from the woman who fell to earth.
You make good Doctor Who. They'll be back tomorrow.
I disagree with you. Look at what happened with Westworld. Look at what happened with Westworld, right? Here's an example. I'm sorry, but hang on, Rabbi. You've got to use all examples, and that's an example out there where it can go wrong. I disagree with you. I think the reason are working is because it is all Doctor Who. I think people are fed up now. I think people listen. I've even noticed as well. I put up posts in groups, right? And it's about Doctor Who. And there's always a couple of people in the comments that turn around and say, I don't care. I don't care. Why are you even posting Doctor Who stuff? That's what I'm getting told. Nobody gives a shit anymore.
Right. No, yeah, I do hear.
You do, because, and I do, right? But there's some fans who just, look, I broke down, you seen it, I cracked, right? But there's other fans, they're so distraught they won't come back. They're never coming back.
Yeah, but no, they're not the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about the normie audience. Everything goes after the normie audience. But if the normie audience likes something, it doesn't matter what it is, they like it and it's popular. The normie audience used to like Doctor Who. They do not like it anymore. They're who you got to follow. And I guarantee you, normie audience, you put something on there that's good, that they like, they will come and see it. The reason there are lower viewing figures now is because because ITV and BBC and Channel 4 and BBC, they just make crap. They make so much crap, and everything has this agenda going all the way through it all the freaking time. They just make something good. I'm saying, you just make good Doctor Who with get a good looking guy. And the guy played Narek from Picard. Get him as to play the Doctor. Good, yeah. I can see just the right marketing, simple marketing to just show what it is, and people be like, "Oh, I want to check that." I put it on Christmas Day, and then you are hooked. You're going to be getting 8 to 10 million again.
Yeah, but here's the problem with here's the problem with your whole theory. You base it on the fact that BBC will actually get in decent writers. And
no! I'm not saying they would do that. I'm not. This is a fantasy world that doesn't exist. No, the only way this would exist is if there's any form of accountability or reason or common sense or a desire for this potentially incredibly huge franchise to be as huge as it can be. And I don't think there is any of those things. I don't think they care. I don't think they're answerable to anybody, and I don't think they care. I don't think they care. I think all they care about is being publicly shamed, which I think they should be as often as humanly possible. It's the only thing they can't control. That's the only thing they care about.
Yeah.
If he ever appears in public, you're going to say, really, what do you mean by the Doctor Who being in editorially great shape? Yeah, can you define that, please? How does that mean failure? Because I know Doctor Who is a failure. I know it's an utter failure. And you said it's in editorially great shape. So how does editorially great shape equal failure? The two things don't match up to me. Could you explain that to me, Mr. Wenger?
Yeah, I tell you, he'd probably come out with some bullshit statement.
Wouldn't it be great to have him ask him the question?
Yeah.
God, but it's like it
doesn't.
Here,
hold on. You said you were going to write to him. Did you write to him?
No, I didn't. I only got to two people. Rufus Hound, which didn't reply to me. Rufus Hound, really? Rufus Hound didn't reply. I don't know who you think you are, mate. I actually never heard of him outside Big Finish. Him doing the meddling monk. And in all fairness to him, he's freaking awesome doing the meddling monk. He is just redefines the character. He is fantastic doing it. So fair play to him. But okay, he didn't reply, and also Joey Wilkinson also didn't reply. But in all fairness to her, I did say, listen, I'm the sort of channel that really hates this Doctor Who, but I would like to talk to somebody who understands it, because I just don't understand so much of it, and have a conversation. So and then she might look if she checked out my channel, she'd be like, oh my god, no. This is crazy.
Yeah, see, this is the problem with us being controversial, you see, though, Rabbi. See, if you're nicey, like certain channels out there, you would get those opportunities. But because we dare to speak up, unfortunately, I don't think we'd be lucky, to be quite honest with you. Well, I've tried to reach out to a few people, but to be honest with you, I already know before he even send anything that they're going to say no. It is a shame because
Right.
if it was an ideal world, that person seeing me videos, okay, wouldn't necessarily agree with me, but they could still come on and do a show and talk about what they want to talk about.
The truth is, if these people ever had any sense, they wouldn't, instead of shying away and hiding away and going into a fan debate, they should go front and center into whatever bloody channel will have them on as a
Listen, you've made the offer to a
yeah,
I've made the offer to these people. Have you gotten any reply to your offers, by the way? Because I have zero responses except a lot of this video.
What they do by hiding is two things. They make it into their failure much bigger, much more noticeable, and also they admit defeat. And they're admitting defeat. It's just like okay, it's so sad. It's in their benefit to not just come on my channel, go in every channel they can and just drown us out with their opinion. But they don't. They have nothing to say, which is like they're just admitting they've got no. Good. The viewing figures speak for themselves. They just speak for themselves.
And as I said, forget about all this excuses of TV habits changing and all that.
Yeah,
it's always been a load of crap and will always remain a load of crap. Right? You can't account for the AI.
Oh, let me ask you: Have they finished making EastEnders yet? What are they doing with that?
I haven't a clue, man. I haven't even been watching real TV. I've been watching just whatever we've been recording. We've been watching Gogglebox, so we've been catching up on series of Gogglebox that we've never seen. We've been watching Louis Theroux on Netflix. We've got Afterlife 2 on getting ready to go. We're going to watch that. We haven't seen that yet, so we'll probably end up binge watching that.
By the way, yeah, I wanted to ask you. I uploaded to my drive the Big Finish thing, Jubilee, which is. Have you ever listened to it?
No. You can send it on to me, man. Everything
they've got the Dalek watch along on Thursday. This is a story it was based on.
Right.
And it's very, very, very different. It's very different. It's like the human nature is very similar to the book. This is really, really different. So I'll send you the link for that.
Nice one.
I think are we doing the watch along together on Thursday?
No, sure we did Dalek already.
Yeah, but they're doing the watch along.
I'm not doing the official BBC one anymore. I'm done.
Oh, come on. This is not the official BBC.
It is. It's the end of the name. And apparently, according to Paul Cornell, we should be thanking Christian.
Okay, this has been my position for the whole thing. Like, I don't care what Paul Cornell says or does. If he writes a book that I want to read, I'm going to bloody read it. I don't care that he's a twat. It doesn't bother. I'm not going to have his idiocy deprive me from anything that I enjoy.
I do get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to endorse this. No way.
Listen, have they not built up enough goodwill that we can say, okay, they had one bad actor?
And Paul Cornell destroys all that goodwill.
Yeah, but don't let him do it. Don't let him do it.
Hold on then. I'll tell you who'll decide, right? I'll tell you who'll decide this. If you guys in the live chat want me to do the Dalek watch along, even though we already have done it on this channel, I must stress that we only done it a couple of weeks ago. But if you would like us to do the official tweet along on Thursday,
I got tons of fascinating facts. I just found this article. Here, I dug it out today. Oh my god, it was such a pain in the ass to find. I have the collection of Doctor Who magazines.
Now see what he's doing there. Now he's making me feel guilty. Look, I have
I really did this. I looked at this article. This is Robert Sherman wrote every different draft of Dalek in this article, including the ones where they had to take the Dalek out of it. So like it's really interesting. So I thought there's so much stuff we can talk about.
Right, so already we have a no, don't bother.
Oh, boo.
Right, one. I told you, nobody wants to do it anymore.
Come on.
Seriously, nobody wants to do it anymore. I won't be bothering with Dalek because we did it recently. See?
Okay, well, don't bamboozle me with logic and reason.
Listen, there's only two no's, right? So it's not fair. We'll keep letting the chat go up because we're not going to let two people decide for everybody else. So that's 3 no's so far.
I think the tribe just voted me off the island.
See, Rabbi, listen, but I have to tell you something. I don't think you realise the hurt.
I can see that. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not messing. Even Ballstrick, when I was having a conversation with Ballstrick, he was literally heartbroken. Everybody's heartbroken. It's what Cornell what this great team is about, and it's the ugly side. And I think fans came to the realization that no matter what they do, it's not going to make a difference. I just
think we should take whatever we can and enjoy it. I really do.
Right, so we've got one yes, and we've got Derek McManus says he doesn't care either way. So we'll take that as a yes, right?
Yeah, that's not a yes. That's not an endorsement.
Right, okay. One. We'll just say one null vote because it's either a yes or no.
I'll tell you what. No, do you want to do it on my channel? How about that? We'll change it around.
Well, I'm up. Well, there you go. We do it on Rabbi's channel then. Will that be better for you guys? Because we've done it on this channel already.
I'll do whatever you guys want. I am easy go. You know me.
Listen. But right, here's the thing. If I don't do it with you because I have me personal stuff, do it on your channel with someone else.
Okay, fine. Well, still, it's fun. It's fun doing it with you. What do you want me to tell you?
I know, and I love doing it, which we've already done there. All right, I'll do it. Do it.
But listen. Do what the chat says. We'll do it. Well, whatever the chat says, we'll do.
Well, we've got another yes.
Listen, I tell you, if do it on my channel. How about that?
On you, they will. I know. See, it's because. See, we're trying. I don't know. See,
I don't. You know what?
I think. I mean, are we not supposed to be sending BBC a message here? I thought that was the point. I thought we were gonna just do our own and not do the official ones because I know we jumped on board the Turn Left one, and we did Turn Left, then we did the other one. But that's because that was a brilliant one, right?
So, you know what we should do? How about this? We're just gonna have we won't even do the watch along. We'll just follow the tweets as well. We'll have a regular show where we talk and schmooze and talk about what's going on in the news, and we'll just have the tweets going along. And then if anything interesting comes up, we'll talk about it. How about that? How's that? How does that sound?
Right, I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, look,
that's much easier. We don't have to watch the bloody episode because we saw it recently. You're right. Yeah.
But not only that, listen, me and Rabbi still have to do the long game, so we might as well do
wait. So I have to talk to you about that. That's the other thing.
Right, come on.
So I watched it yesterday, and the long game has a very bad rap, right? A very bad reputation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it does.
So I was watching it going, you know what? I bet it's not that bad. I bet everyone's just exaggerating. And it started, and I was like, this is a fine episode. No problem. It's fine. I'm watching it. About halfway through. Yeah, it's fine. No problem.
Yeah.
And then it gets towards the end, and it gets bad. Not only does it get bad, it gets Jodie Whittaker bad. It gets really super cringe bad. Now, I can forgive that where I can't forgive Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who for some reasons, but that's best. Yeah, but basically, I think this is them. Firstly, you have Eccleston, which I think respected the role, where I don't think Jodie does, which I think is a real big difference. And secondly, this was the year where they were not just defining what Doctor Who is, they're defining what this type of television was. This type of television didn't exist in England. So they're like making a whole new genre of TV.
Well, no, I disagree with you.
I'm doing it wrong and making it. But it is super cringe. It's super cringe. So, like, if it's down to me, we should skip it. We should. It's really bad. It's really
right. Listen, right. We won't do the long game. So, what's the next one after the long game?
It's a good one. Father's Day. That's a good one.
Father's Day. Right.
That's a really good one.
Father's Day this Sunday. Father's Day this Sunday.
Jason in.
So we'll do that Father's Day because I do like that episode actually. That is a great episode, Father's Day.
It really is. Full bloody Cornell, isn't it? Bastard. See? You see? You got to separate the art from the artist, mate. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. Hang on. But supporting these tweet-alongs, we're supporting the BBC. We're not supporting the artist. We're supporting the company.
That's just what they said to take control of it, but they haven't. You know, or they only take control of it if we give it up right away. But if we don't let go, they've lost.
No. Yeah. If we stop doing it, stop watching, and the numbers fall off, they stop doing the tweet-alongs.
You know what? The numbers they'll be falling off a little bit, but not much because people just know it's a fun thing to do in the boredom.
Do you know what? I love your optimism, and you know what? I really think the fandom is more hurt than I even realized. To be quite honest with you,
so I get we'll just put it on, and it's just
completely changed, and it's kind of startling in a way that people's attitudes have changed in the last 2 weeks. But I understand it fully. I really do. I mean, you all heard me that night, the Timeless Child. I mean, you were the very first one to say something to try get me back on track that night. I mean, I lost it that night, but I was able to kind of, watch me Classic Who, and that kind of brought me back. But there's other fans that are not coping well like us, Rabbi. We've kind of not moved on as such, but we've been able to get on with it and say, right, okay, it's not for us anymore, sort of thing. But there's still fans out there that are just so heartbroken. They just, listen, I've seen the attitude change on Twitter. I've seen the attitude change on my YouTube channel with some comments, and the same with Facebook on Doctor Who groups. Nobody, even for this Time Lord Victorious announcement, there wasn't a big deal.
You're right. You're right. The schmuck. Can you imagine if this happened right after Stolen Earth and Journey's End?
Yeah, I know.
With pre-orders. Oh my God. Would have been huge.
Yeah. So I don't know. Look, I mean the whole. I just.
Okay. No, this is what I'm saying. We'll do it in a compromise way. We won't watch the episode. We'll just have the tweets on as we're having a show. And if anything happens that's obnoxious, we don't want to know about, we'll turn it off. Right? Let's just see.
Look, as I said, if people want us to do Dalek again, we'll do Dalek again. I have no
I think we'll do it on my channel.
Yeah, but here, listen. I want to do what the subscribers want to do, because I always do stuff. So if you guys want me to do Dalek, right? When this stream goes up, leave a comment and say, yes, do the Dalek watch along, or no, don't do the Dalek watch along. Now, let me know, because how many comments I get in the comment section, not in the live chat, when it goes up in the comment section, right? Leave all the comments. I'll tally them up. I'll show Rabbi and say, right, there's yes, that's how many for yes, and that's how many for no. And then if it's a yes, we do it. If it's a no, we do what Rabbi said. We do it his way. We come onto the channel and we basically read out the tweets of what people say. I know we won't be able to see what Paul Cornell on. No, he doesn't do Dalek, but actually, why am I getting mixed up and bringing his name? See, I can't get his name out of my head. and you better not do Did you do a Father's Day one already?
No, they haven't done a Father's Day one.
Yeah, they better not do Father's Day. They better not.
I'm surprised they haven't. It's one. Although I guess I can see why they did the Human Nature instead.
Yeah. Well, listen, I want to change the subject very quickly. Sorry, because I want to show you all something. Because obviously, as I said, I let rip at Christopher Eccleston, and I said if I get it wrong, you know, if I ever got it wrong on this channel, I'd apologize, which I did. But I want to show you this. I don't know if I already showed you, but I'm going to show you again, just to hammer home the point that, you know, maybe people like me should jump the gun with Christopher Eccleston all the time, because I have jumped the gun a few times, but and sometimes I do be right, but in this case I was wrong.
You can't apologize for being a man of passion there, no. Perfectly understandable.
Yeah, I know. And I say Christopher Eccleston would understand, actually, because he's a kind of a passionate man himself, isn't he?
He is indeed. That's correct.
So, this is what I want to show you. So, this goes to show you the kind of man that we all kind of know that Christopher Eccleston can be. And this is what he's rumored. He's just a complicated man. But this is beautiful. So can you all see that? So Christopher Eccleston writes, NHS workers risking their lives to save lives during the pandemic and working in corridor wards immediately pre-pandemic should not be funded by charity. Hashtag Suki Firth. So he's basically saying that they should never be funded again, that they should always have the money there. But he's also written a poem as well. So the reason why he wasn't, and I need to make this clear to some fans out there, because some fans were like me and angry that he didn't take part in the NHS charity thing that the other doctors did. It's because he had done this thing on ITV. So again, I got it wrong, so I want to apologize because it was bang out of order. But of course, I didn't know all the facts at the time. But you know, I was angry. This has been a running team with him anyway when it has came to Doctor Who. So I just jumped the gun a little bit. But that is absolutely beautiful. The fact that he's written a poem, so it's personal, and I think it's. And I even said it then when I found out. I think this is even better than what we got. And I actually want to address that now because it has been a couple of days since.
Oh God, it gets smaller in the distance, doesn't it?
Right. So
I'm kind of annoyed with like how pathetic it was in comparison.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. A couple of days in now, so we've let the dust settle. We've paid our respects to what they tried to do. So let's break it down. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was a pile of shit. Right. Yeah. That's what I wanted to say that night, but I wanted to be respectful. It was a pile of shit, right? Yeah. You managed to get all of those doctors together. Forget about the two bargain basement doctors, right? You managed to get 8 doctors, right, to do something, and you give them a stupid little poxy script.
And you know what? The reason that they didn't bother to do anything real with it, like they did with the Sarah Jane, like they did with EastEnders, like they did with Little Britain, like they got an episode of Parks and Rec coming on in a couple of days. You know, the reason they didn't bother because it's all that mattered was having the 2 fake doctors in there. It's the only thing that because it was part of the legitimacy talk.
And listen, this is what that video. You're right, Rabbi. That's what that video was all about. Make it under no illusion. Think for 1 second that video was actually for NHS workers, and exactly. I'll tell you why. Right, the doctors since now, and this includes Jodie Whittaker, by the way, they all would have done it and been sincere about it. I'm not saying that they were on the, you know what I mean. They were genuinely sending out a message, all of them. Right, this is where the politics comes into it. If you look at what Colin Baker is wearing, he is definitely not shy about showing what side of the argument he's on. He didn't wear that rainbow t-shirt for nothing. He was wearing that rainbow t-shirt to make a statement to fans like us. Right? That's what he was trying to do there. Now, let's talk about Joe Martin's inclusion. Now, this is a bit of a controversial one because on one hand, I can understand it because she did work on Holby City. So that's the whole tie-in there, why she was included. But that wasn't the reason why she was included. Again, it was a political statement.
Exactly.
Right? She was recently cast in Series 12. And obviously, let's not, and we cannot address the elephant in the room, the fact that she was the first Doctor of Colour. That was a huge deal for the BBC. So this was clearly a political message. And Jodie Whittaker being in it as well, same thing, a political message being sent by the BBC. This was supposed to be a message to all the nurses and doctors that are fighting on the front line of the NHS. All the people involved, I would say, when we're sincere, including Colin Baker, but he just couldn't help himself by putting on the shirt. I'm not saying any of the people involved in making that video, right, that the doctors that spoke in the DA, including the bargain basement doctors, right? I'm not saying that they weren't genuine. They were, but BBC used that footage as a political tool. And not only that, this was the first time, as I said, that we would have got 8 doctors on something, right? And they hadn't got the decency to write a decent script for each one of them. What I was hoping that was going to happen that night was, Rabbi was watching it obviously while we were alive, but what I was hoping that each doctor would probably get a 30-second segment by themselves. You know, we'd get a video by each of them, right? And then by the end of the video, then they're all on the same screen. Obviously, they're in their house because they're quarantined. And then they all get to say a line together. And that would have been perfect. That would have been better than what we got. It was absolutely pathetic. I didn't want to say that tonight because I wanted to give it time. It's been a couple of days now. It was shit. We've waited this long to have that many doctors on the screen, and we got shit.
Right, and you know what? That's why I don't think it mattered that Eccleston wasn't there. Because who cared? Like, what difference did it make if he was there or if he was not there? Who cares?
Well, at the time I did, because you know me, I'm a very passionate guy. I do, right, I am a bit militant, I will admit, but I do expect, if you played the role that you should, you're asked to do something.
If it was something, it was something. But it wasn't. It was really, genuinely nothing. It was so nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, but Colin Baker didn't wear the rainbow shirt in support of the NHS.
Oh, yeah,
let us not get that confused for 1 second. He wore Jodie Whittaker's T-shirt. Look at it. It's the T-shirt he put on when she was announced, and he was telling everybody to basically get over it.
Right.
About time, and he showed a picture of that stupid bloody T-shirt that he has on. He wore that because he's coming out to show that he's still supporting Jodie Whittaker. It wasn't
whatever. I don't care. The only reason I buy Big Finish stuff with him in it is because I like Doctor Who. It's not because of him.
Yeah, I like Doctor Who as well. I still look at. He's not my favorite TV Doctor, but he's done great work on Big Finish.
Right, but
I don't like his politics.
Yeah, let's say he's doing something non-Doctor Who, like his autobiography or whatever. I don't care. You would have had me as a customer. You would have had me as a potential customer at least. If you did, but no, you had to say yes. Yeah, you give you a stupid statement. I'm still going to buy your Doctor Who stuff if I want it because I like Doctor Who. That despite you, but I'm like, again, if you were smart, you would have kept me as a potential customer. But no.
Listen, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I've been long enough in this fandom, and I've been long enough covering stories on the BBC and the actors on this channel that I kind of know when they're actually being genuine and when the BBC are sending a political message. And when Colin Baker wears that shirt, that T-shirt, I know exactly why he's wearing that T-shirt. He wore the Jodie Whittaker one, especially. If he wanted to wear a rainbow shirt, he should have wore the proper rainbow shirts that are going around for the NHS. It was a political statement by Colin Baker. And the reason why I'm saying that's because I've been in this fandom long enough, and as I said, I've covered this series and the actors and what they do and you kind of know. Trust me, it's so bloody obvious. I wanted to say it tonight, but I just didn't. I just did not me mouth. But for what I was excited for this, to be honest. As I said, I was. As Rabbi will tell you, I was really excited. I even told
Yeah.
you when you were giving out when they heard Joe Martin and Joe, you were part of. I said, forget about those two. The fact that we're going to have 8 doctors on the screen is never going to happen again, and I'm grateful for that. And
Even
don't get me wrong, even though it was shit, right? I am still grateful that 8 doctors were on the screen. It just wasn't what I hoped, and you could see the virtual signaling messaging just going on in real
I have to tell you, it was really the absolute least they could do.
Yeah.
It was the least they could get away with doing. It was so like if they could have just had the camera angle the same for each one, you could have done something, melting them into each other. But everything was said so slapdash and haphazard. They could have done them in front of a green screen, and we could have oh my god, there's so much they could have done. They could have done them in costume. They could have written something. There's so much that they could have done. They could have done a 10-minute skit, and it would have been great. But they were just lazy. They were just lazy.
Yeah, and we're not talking about the actors, by the way.
No, and the actors, look, it was very nice. It looked like it may be a 10, 20-minute segment of your life, if that.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, really, it doesn't look like it was a major time commitment for anyone involved. If you didn't do it because you didn't have time, you were a jerk,
In fairness, I don't think any of them have any excuse now because of this lockdown.
Right.
At the end of the day, all I'd say to anybody connected to Doctor Who, especially the new Who era, and especially this era in particular, you are free. It's a lockdown. This would be a chance to come on channels like ours and actually tell us why we're wrong.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And actually, then we could tell you why you are wrong. But again, we could have a nice, healthy debate about it. Right. But I mean, you are all free. There's no excuse. If there's anybody out there that is connected to the BBC that has worked on Doctor Who that'd like to come on my channel, Rabbi's channel, or whatever fan channel that's out there that doesn't necessarily like this era, I think it's about time that we did hear from your side. So if the fans of your side aren't willing to come forward and defend this series, well then why don't the actors and actresses that are involved? Manip Gill is actually on Twitter. Maybe that.
Honestly, I'm not really that interested in what actors and actresses have to say normally.
Oh, well, I do. I'd love to hear what Manny Gill has to say. The first question I would ask her, I would say, what part of Yasmin Khan's personality reflects your own? I think that would be the first question I would ask her. To be honest with you, my first question to Jodie Whittaker would be, who the hell told you that you could design your own costume because it's hideous? You look like a clown. The Chris Chibnall, I would say, would you like to apologize to Pip Baker now, considering that he's now dead and that you didn't have the decency to actually acknowledge his death on the BBC? Would you like to say something about that? That's what I'd say to him. To Bradley Walsh, I would say, listen, mate, you dodged the bullet. You should never have been part of this because you're too good. Adios, good luck in the future. To Tolson Cole, I'd say to him, listen, you whiny little bitch. You've been doing nothing but whining all Jordan Series 12. You know, you did start out to be one of our favourite companions, but by the end, we didn't give a shit about you either. That's what I'd say to him. Listen, I don't like any of them. I absolutely despise every single one of them. Every single one of them, including Bradley Walsh. And I'll tell you why. It's because when you look at his character and you look at how his character was portrayed, he played that character and his character was stupid. His character was stupid. His character was a frail, bleeding, pathetic white male that was afraid. No, I'm sorry. There was nothing about if you look at it, there was nothing about Graham O'Brien that was actually decent. The only reason why we all latched onto him was because in Series 11, they took exception to slagging off white males, especially of Graham O'Brien's age. And that's why we stuck behind Graham, in all fairness, and Bradley Walsh's character. But as I said, if we look at this with a cold heart, he was not a good companion. He was just as bad as the rest of them. The only thing that stood out for him is we know that he actually has acting chops. But you didn't really need acting chops to act in this show. Listen, I'm not even an actor, and I could have actually played a role in this Doctor. The acting is so bad. Seriously, the Time Lords.
I don't think you really need acting chops to be in this production of Doctor Who. Listen,
you could act in this. Me and you could act the scene in Doctor Who where the Doctor, Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, bursts through the bloody door. And me and you are there, and we've got to take her down, right?
Yeah, that's not going to be too hard.
It would be the best acted scene you would ever see. People would actually say it was realistic, you know. And then people would be saying, where did they get those base bats from? And I'd say, I don't know. They just appeared, you know, but be realistic. You know, the one thing that we've never seen in Doctor Who is blood. This would be the first time that you see blood. We would make that regenerate. Trust me.
Just to be clear, the Tardis Zone legal department would like to be clear. Much of the Night's broadcast is indeed parody.
Exactly. By the way, we're joking. Yeah, yeah. Rabbi is good to get that one out there. Listen, we wouldn't bait Jodie Whittaker with Doctor with baseball bats. We just run our own TARDIS.
We wouldn't make her be in a Doctor Who scene.
It's grand, she's that. Listen, she's written that stupidly anyway. She'll probably walk into a lightning storm and regenerate that way because children are so stupid anyway. She's a blundering idiot.
This is me. I really wanted to write a little follow-up story to the Paul Cornell one where the Seventh Doctor has to turn up and re-encase the daughter of mine in America.
I have an idea for a comic though, because I know you're a comic book creator. So I actually have an idea for a comic for you.
What's your idea? I am intrigued.
Right. So me story bases around a Doctor Who writer that goes around blocking people. That's his yeah, and he's called Mr. Blockety Block, aka Paul Cornell. You could call it the Paul Cornell Blocky Adventures or something. And you could just have him, like, you know, doing these, put the big teeth on him and all, the stupid ears and nose, you know, and just have him doing stupid shit.
You know what it is? It is whenever he gets, so you know, the Hulk, whenever he gets angry, becomes a Hulk.
Yeah.
Whenever the writer gets scared, he becomes the superhero Blockety Block.
There you go. There you go.
And so therefore he empowers the power of blockage. So he
deserves that, or everybody has said to me, a few people have actually said to me, and I'm actually seriously considering it. Unfortunately, right now, because of the situation that we're actually in, I can't do anything. But people were suggesting that I do some T-shirts with the screenshot with everybody. I've been blocked by Paul. You know, Paul Cornell has blocked you.
I can set that up for you.
And do put the Tardis Zone logo on it.
You've said it to me. I could totally set it up. There's a bunch of places.
Oh. Well, there you go. I've only had a couple of people ask me if to do it. So listen, if anybody would be interested actually in buying one of those T-shirts, and maybe actually buying, I might give Rabbi, if he can actually do it, I'll give Rabbi a couple of pictures that I got with the Tardis Zone logo on it, and maybe do a couple of
we could go to that place. So was it Redbubble, the place that Clayton Hickman has his store?
All right. Well, I'll have to check that out.
Stuff with merchandise with that. Have you ever seen Clayton Hickman stuff?
No, I'll check it out. But I'll show them to you, and you can give me, because you'll be able to put one together and show me what it looks like.
Yeah, But you should,
I won't have a clue.
you should really go check out his story. He's got like Tardis wool shower curtains, which are really cool.
Yeah.
Got lots of really, really fun stuff.
Listen, we could do some funny stuff as well. I could do a scrunched face Jodie Whittaker Tardis Zone exclusive shower curtain, as Rabbi said. So when you're in the shower, you'll be able to see a lovely scrunched face with the Tardis Zone logo.
You could do a Teddy the Terrier mug.
We could, yeah. Oh, here loads. But listen, before, because as we said, we're going to keep this the stream short and sweet, because obviously.
Yeah, I got a bit.
But have you got a competition tonight? Or because
I forgot.
We didn't do it last night.
Right. Get that together. Whoa, 1 second.
Right. While he's getting that together, I will give a few years an old shout out there that have joined me tonight, because I see that there's a couple of new people as well that have popped in. So we'll give Rabbi a couple of minutes there, and I'll just read out some of your names there. Now, if I don't get all your names, just leave them down the bottom, and I'll give you a shout out again. So we've got Derek McManus, Michael Richardson, misogynistic Andrew is here, 1964. Marty is here as well. Sadako is here. Welcome, 24. Daniel is here. Happy birthday again, Daniel. Crystal. Undercover Trooper. Super Trooper. Don't have me singing that. Yeah. Money. We've got Colin here as well. Must be funny.
The first I got was Super Trooper.
Yeah, I love that song. What's my other one that I love? Hold on, there's another one I love. Fernando.
What?
Fernando.
I remember that. I had a Boney M album as well.
Boney M. Katina 28. It's spelled with 2 C's, so Katina 28. We've got Suddenly Joy. Spitfire 1.
Yeah. Suddenly Joy is good, but if you slowly build up Joy, that's good too.
Kirsten McDonald Films. Welcome. Nice to see you here. CJ Campbell is also here. Who else have we got? We got Leland. We've got Marie. And I think we're nearly there. Super John. Dun. RG Ross is here as well, as usual. Welcome. Nice to have you all here tonight. I have to say, my number. I have to say, and I keep saying this, but the reason why I'm saying this, because I'm actually over the moon, because YouTube, as you know yourself, because they're on the Skeleton Crew, everybody's views are down. My views are starting to go back up again, so I'm actually kind of.
It's understanding the algorithm is a
yeah. It's starting to look good.
Was it Randy Palla?
Yeah, Randy is there as well.
Yeah, he asked about Adam Adamant. I do remember it, but there's also a new version that just came out from Big Finish, which I haven't listened to, but it's got reasonably favourable reviews, so I understand.
And that's everybody, I think.
Right. Okay, are we ready?
John just sent me a PM on Twitter, so I'll just have a look at that just in case it's not relevant. But go ahead, Rabbi.
Okay, the competition this week is Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, and it is a wonderful 4-disc set. Has 2 discs for the movie and 2 discs of extras. Fantastic packaging, which alas I have to get rid of because I have nowhere to put it anymore. Let us look in the hat, and it's going to David Enke. David Enke, if you're in the audience, if you're out there tonight, let us know because you have won. Congratulations. How are you? I'll get in touch with you. I'll send me an email, and hopefully everybody's prizes should be out this week. I got most of them out already, but everybody else should be out this week.
Coolly billy. And I, Super John, I got your email. So the next time we're having a panel on, I'll obviously, you're always here anyway, so I'll send you the link, and then you can join us. So we'll have someone new to come onto the channel. Super John has been with the channel from near the very beginning as well. So congratulations. So have you got a prize for?
I thought we'd do something a bit different this week. We have 1, 2, 3 big finishes.
Wow. Oh, I'll enter this one. I'm going to enter this one.
The High Price of Parking. It's a Sylvester McCoy story with Sophie Aldred and
Right.
Bonnie
Now,
Langford.
hold on. Can we just stipulate, is the winner of this getting the 3 audios, or are you picking 3 different winners? Is it all one set?
Interesting thing.
What?
Top 3 winners. That's a really good idea. Top 3 winners. So then, second one. This you get 2 stories on this one. It's one that you like two stories. One, it's Vortex Ice and Cortex Fire. Colin Baker, and this one is especially good. A Dalek double bill, Alien Heart and Dalek Soul.
Nice one. And here, to make it easier, whoever he picks out first will obviously get choice, and then the other 2 then can choose between the other 2. It's at least that way. Then it's a bit fair. The winner will get to choose the one that they want, and then obviously
that makes sense. We'll do it that way. And I think the hashtag should be "We Love Stories." We love stories.
Hashtag We Love Stories. So if you go onto Rabbi's channel, as you always do, subscribe to his channel. Hashtag on his your latest video, isn't it? It's always your latest video.
It'll be my next one.
Right, his next video that he pops up, he'll obviously leave a link in the description, let you know. And you also put some audios in the description as well, don't you?
Yeah, I got all the old audio visuals, which is the fan group that became Big Finish. It's got Nicholas Briggs as the Doctor, and he was briefly in the Doctor Who magazine comic strip as the Doctor during the 8th Doctor's tenure, when the 8th Doctor seemed to get exterminated.
Yeah.
Regenerate into Nicholas Briggs as Doctor.
Nice. Sounds interesting, doesn't it, Ted? Ted joined me for the last few minutes. How are you, buddy? Yeah, you getting all excited there?
So yeah, I reread Human Nature over the weekend as well.
Yeah. Tell me, good, bad, brilliant.
I preferred it to the TV episode. I really did. I thought it was a lot better. I'm putting up a review of it tomorrow.
Oh, good. I'll have a look at that.
I recorded it to go up today, but then the announcement of
Daniel says he's entering this one. Yeah, Daniel, you should definitely enter this one because you do the Big Finish and you do actually order Big Finish. Actually, I hope you actually will. Rabbi picks them out of a hat anyway, so that's the thing. I've already won one. I won the Breaking Bad one, if I remember correctly. But he said you can enter as many times. But
right. Honestly, we're running out of people who haven't entered before, so it's going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, exactly. So you never know, Daniel. Fingers crossed. I mean, I'm entering it as well because I wouldn't mind winning, but it's pot luck.
Yeah. They're fun. Big Finish is good. Generally, Big Finish is good.
Isn't it, Teddy Bears? Big Finish is great, isn't it? Yeah. So enter that competition again. As I said, don't forget to subscribe to Rabbi's channel because Rabbi he throws out a lot of content. And again, as I said, it's always good to support independent YouTubers like Rabbi and myself and everybody else out there. Because remember, the big corporate YouTube channels, they get all the perks and they get all the nice.
Not us wasting strays. Can I ask everybody in the chat? Can you hit the like button if you haven't done it yet?
Thank you.
If you have done it, don't do that because you'll take it away.
That's it. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't like what we had to say, I would also say dislike. I'm not one of those people. I don't care. I actually find it funny now, but sometimes it does annoy me. And I'll tell you why. I'll do a video where I'll announce a death of someone belong to the Doctor Who family, and because people hate me, they'll still dislike that video. Now that's where I find it wrong. I don't mind if you dislike these streams. I don't mind if you dislike all me article videos like you do. I don't give a crap. But when it comes to videos like that, have a bit of bleeding humility and have a bit of respect. Yeah, I know you don't like me. I don't like yous either. But you don't sink that low, right? And Pip Baker still, in my opinion, deserves to be remembered. So we definitely have to do a classic, the classic bit, watch along, Pip Baker story watch along. As we said, Rabbi, because I still think it's another disgrace that BBC did. I mean, they remember Terrence Dicks. So I know, listen, I get it. Terrence Dicks is one of the greatest writers that ever was out there. I get it. I get it. But Pip Baker played his part too. They all played their part. They should be all remembered. And I just think it's a shame that they haven't. I mean, they're wishing everybody happy birthday here, there, and everywhere. And they couldn't just put up a post saying, Pip Baker, RIP 2020, wherever his date of birth was, 2020. Something as simple as that. Nothing else, but they didn't.
They just didn't know about it. This is, I think.
It's ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but I think they should have. Well, if I was running that Doctor Who site, he'd be remembered.
Exactly. That's the difference.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to have to go to bed. I'm running out of steam.
Listen, I'm sorry that we did this late. Don't worry, we'll be early the next time, my friend.
Problem.
But listen, you get yourself off to bed, and I will talk to you soon, my friend.
Evening, old Governor. Good night to everybody in the chat.
Good night, Rabbi. Right, guys, and that's it. Me and Teddy now are gonna chill, aren't we, buddy? Yeah. Is Mammy still watching Louis Theroux, is she? Is that why you wanted to come into Daddy? Because you didn't want to see that? Is that what it is? A bit too serious in there for you? I get you, son. I get you. Now, don't forget, as I said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And if you know any like-minded people out there, as I said, don't forget to direct them to my channel, Rabbi's channel, and every other channel out there that you like. Word of mouth now is going to help these channels. It looks like some of the bots that were following the channel have finally decided to piss off, because I've actually gone back down to 508 subscribers. I mean, 1,508 subscribers. But I was on 540 something that's last week. So, yeah, the bots are finally moving away, fecking off. Some are still hanging on, but most of them now have gone. Mission accomplished as far as they're concerned, with the fandom and with the show. So they'll move on now. That's what they do. So we might have a little bit of peace and quiet on this channel for a while until it kicks off again. You know? So that's good news anyway. Listen, I hope you have enjoyed the stream with me and Rabbi. I hope you enjoyed the stream with me earlier on as well. You know, I have to say, as I said, I have kind of missed doing streams on my own, because, you know, the last few months especially, I've been doing a lot of panels. So as I said, you know, you will get more streams from me again, because I know people enjoy them as well as me having on guests. So because I've kind of just concentrating on bringing guests on all the time, and it's great. But I like doing streams on my own as well. You know, maybe it's I like listening to the sound of my own voice. I don't know what it is, but yeah. But listen, thanks to Daniel and all me other moderators tonight. Again, I'll just shout out a brief message. If anybody has had any contact with Chris Persia, could you please let us know, as we're all worried about him. We do know that he is a carer, but it's unusual that we haven't heard from him some of us haven't heard from him in over 2 weeks. Genuinely worried now at this stage, to be quite honest with you. So if anybody has heard from him, could you just please let us know that you have and that he's okay? And we'll be okay with that. It's just, you know, he's always, listen, Daniel will tell you this. Him and Daniel, always the first two on my stream to moderate. He's always the first one on Doomcock's stream and Gary's stream. And when Ballstreck did his streams, he was modding on Ballstreck's stream. So there's a lot of people out there that are actually, you know, that he's actually helped out that really do care about him and are worried right now. So again, as I said, if anybody has reached out to him and anybody has gotten in contact with him, could you just please let us all know that he's okay? That's all we want to know. We just want to know if he's okay. And to everybody else out there, listen, stay safe. You know, I know right now it looks like the governments of the world seem to be losing control of the whole situation with people wanting to leave their homes. And I can understand that the summer is coming in. But, you know, we're getting somewhere with all of this quarantine business. I know there's some people out there that don't believe it's the right way. But I'd rather be safe than sorry, to be honest with you, you know. So just keep doing it until we're told not to. It's the best way right now. And yeah, just stay safe, everybody. You know, there's a lot of yous here that I really care about. Yous have been with me a long time, and I've struck up a lot of friendships. So keep yourselves safe. Look after our loved ones as well where possible. And I will talk to you tomorrow. And listen, you know, as I said, plenty of things are happening in the fandom, and we will see if there's any more information that comes out on this whole Time Lord Victorious. As you know, ourselves, they'll be up all night anyway. So if Anton does break any articles, get dropped in the middle of the night to surprise fans, because that's what they normally do sometimes. I'll be watching anyway, and if anything pops up, I will let you know. I will throw it up on the channel, and you will be as up to date as possible. I've also got in touch with the sources to see if they know anything about this. Now, as you know yourselves, we don't normally cover Big Finish and stuff like that, and this is a whole, as I said, this is a multi-platform thing that they're doing. So Rabbi made the interesting point. Was this thrown together the last minute, or has this been planned for months? Because to be quite honest with you, you know, we were getting other news. We got news about a couple of the animations and stuff like that. And we never heard anything about this audio. So I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just skeptical. Maybe I'm just being, you know, suspicious as I always am. But it just seems to be a bit convenient that all of a sudden this is happening. But yeah, we'll see. For me personally, as I said, I would rather this be a six episode miniseries. I think they are missing a trick here. But unfortunately, they won't do it because Jodie Whittaker is the current Doctor. And let's be honest, if Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, and Paul McGann, Billy Piper signed up for this and actually did a show on this with 6 episodes, it'd be bigger than anything that we've had on TV, Doctor Who related, in years. And that's why I think they're doing it this way. It's kind of sad because I think it is a missed opportunity. So again, before I leave, if you want me and Rabbi to do Dalek on Thursday, let me know in the comments on this. I hope you have enjoyed it. Right, I'm going to go. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Thank you all, as always, for the support. It means absolutely everything. As I said, without you guys, this channel is absolutely nothing. So thank you. I really appreciate it. Look after yourselves. I love you all. Stay safe. Good night.